Brother lads, welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the latest Arsenal news and transfer news as well. We have two big breaking stories. Emile Rowe, first and foremost, is no longer an Arsenal player. He has flown out of the Arsenal USA camp to join Fulham. Official. It is done. It is dusted. Secondly, we know who the mystery German player is. He is a Bayern Munich player, and is also a player that represented Germany at the Euros this summer. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Interesting topics. I mean, I really didn't think that the German mystery player was going to take this long to be revealed, but I had a clue, I had a hint, and I was not wrong. So let's get into it. Let's start off with the big story right there on Emile Rowe, as confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Emile Rowe to Fulham. Here we go. Arsenal have accepted £34 million, a package offered by Fulham. Club record signing for Fulham as ESR will travel for medicals and sign his contract as well. 27 million in terms of fixed, and then 7 million will be the add-ons as reported by Sky Sports. And I want to say that Damesh Sheth, big up to you, bro. He's the one that actually broke this story on Sky, saying that Fulham have reached an agreement in principle with Arsenal for the signing of Emile Rowe. Deal worth club record £34 million, 27 plus 7 in add-ons. Medical this week. Personal terms agreed. Plan to join up on pre-season training camp in Portugal with Fulham. That has been confirmed as well. Of course, I can confirm now, according to Sky Sports as well, that Emile Rowe has left Arsenal's training camp in the USA in order to complete his move to Arsenal. So that is also confirmed, right? Graham Bailey has come out and said that Fulham and Arsenal have agreed a move for Emile Rowe. However, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta was happy to keep ESR, but the player made it clear he wanted to leave for first team football as he feels he should be in England contention. We can confirm right about now, guys, that Emile Rowe is no longer an Arsenal player. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano has gone. And that 34 million, for me, that's a good deal. Arsenal have once again, hit their record sale. I don't think if Emile Rowe was on fire, if Emile Rowe was playing football in the last 2 years, probably Arsenal could have got more. This guy is worth 40 million, 50 million, 60 million, 70 million. I cannot really place real value on Emile Rowe, but you have seen there, he has actually told the team, I want to go, I want to play more, I want to be a first team player. I don't think I'm going to have that at Arsenal. I don't think this is the place where I'm going to be, fighting for my place in the England national team. And a couple of players actually are now going to have a clean slate for the English national team role. Of course, with Gareth Southgate, you had a couple of key players. Phil Foden was a key player. Saka was a key player. Jude Bellingham was a key player. Declan Rice was a key player. But the new manager, who has not yet been decided, might actually create a different pool of talent, a different pool of a different starting 11, and a different pool of players that he actually trusts. And Emile Rowe feels like, come the Euros 2028, come the World Cup 2026, which I will be watching live in the USA, by the way. Just saying. He wants to be part of it. He wants to represent England in that, in that competition. And he says, at Arsenal, I don't find myself in a position where I can actually, represent England. I am not getting enough game time. Now, again, with Emile Rowe, I wish him the best. I think he will star wherever he goes. He's a good player. I really hope that he doesn't feel that Mikel Arteta was the problem 100%. Yes, I know Mikel is a problem in terms of not giving some players game time, not trusting some players, but also the injuries have been getting in his way. If he didn't pick up that injury after the 21-22 season, Emile Rowe would have been a different player. He would have been a different animal for Arsenal. But the reason as to why he's not played good football in the last 2 years, yes, You've got Mikel Arteta's lack of trust in him, maybe, but injuries have played a bigger part. So let's wait and see. I don't think I'm going to report anymore about Emile Smith-Rowe. When they announce him at Fulham, I'll probably let you let you know, but I'm really not happy about this one. I wanted him to stay, but he has decided to leave Arsenal, and we have the here we go. So the big question, guys, I want you to let me know in the comment box, who should get the shirt number 10? Would you give it to Odegaard? Would you give it to Mikel Merino? Probably not give it to Mikel Merino, trust me. Would you give it to Kai Havertz? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, by the way. And then would you give it to Ethan Nwaneri? For me, at the moment, it makes a lot of sense to give it to Martin Odegaard. He is captain. He is the creative, spark in that team. And I just love Odegaard. I think him and the number 10 really sink in very well. Ethan Nwaneri, it will be a little bit too early. I mean, let him develop. Let him, carry the weight on his shoulders, which is this season, I'm going to be playing for Arsenal in the Champions League, in the Premier League. That's already enough for him. That's already enough on his shoulders. Let him develop. Don't give him the shirt number 10, in my opinion. Mikel Merino, why would this guy come in at Arsenal and just get the shirt number 10? Give him the shirt number 8. 10 to Odegaard, 8 to Mikel Merino. That would be okay. Kai Havertz, how many people think Kai Havertz should get the shirt number 10? Because I'm in between there. And in between, give it to him. And I'm also in between, like, no. What are you saying, man? The one thing I fear about Kai is if he doesn't do well at Arsenal, he might actually leave quickly and quicker than players like Martin Odegaard. That is one thing that I fear. But talking about German players, Kai Havertz is not the only German player we have to talk about today. Now, according to Plettigol, Florian Plettenberg, German journalist right there, working with Sky Sport Germany, he has said that Arsenal are monitoring Leroy Sané's situation at Bayern Munich. Manchester United, Mikel Arteta and Sané have a great relationship from their time together at Manchester City. The current tendency is that Sané will stay and extend his contract at Bayern Munich. Team News Antics has come out and said, on reports linking Leroy Sané to Arsenal, I believe this is or he was the German mystery player. The other day, I got an update that it was off because Bayern Munich couldn't secure their targets. That's according to Team News Antics on Patreon today. So, the German mystery player, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a drum roll? Leroy Sané. I don't know what to. I feel very humiliated. I feel very disgraced. I feel undermined that all this time the German mystery player has been a guy called Leroy Sané. Like, they should have just told us that. Okay, let's talk about it. We were told that Arsenal don't want to reveal who the German mystery player is because they feared that other clubs would hijack the deal. Who was going to hijack Leroy Sané to Arsenal? Like, honestly, which clubs were really going to try to hijack the Leroy Sané deal? Honestly, I don't think so. But he's the mystery German player. Arsenal have been trying to sign him in private, secretly, in silence, so that other clubs don't jump onto the deal. However, Team News and says the deal is currently off because Bayern couldn't secure their targets. Now, if you've been following the market, Bayern signed Michael Olise a couple of weeks ago, and they have also been trying to sign Desire Doué from Rennes, but it looks like PSG are about to outbid them. So if they get Desire Doué, this deal could be back on, because again, Desire Doué's deal to PSG and Bayern is still hanging in the balance. You have a few reports saying he would love to play for Bayern. You have a few reports saying that PSG have offered a good offer to Rene. So we are still waiting, but I think this deal depends on the Desire Doué deal. So would you love to see Leroy Sané at Arsenal? The first thing I'm going to talk about is his disastrous campaign at the Euros. He didn't look good he really, really looked a downgrade on Musiala, a downgrade on Florian Wirtz, and a downgrade on Kai Havertz and Nicholas Füllkrug. So when I compare Musiala's performance and level and Florian Wirtz's level and performance at the Euros, and then I bring in Leroy Sané, bro, that was devilish. That was satanic football from Leroy Sané. Now, at the moment, he is 28, and we were told that Mikel Arteta is scouting the market to look at players that can give him two options. One, experience, but also patience. Patience that you're not going to start every game, probably like Leandro Trossard, like Jorginho. You're going to come in and bring that experience, that pedigree, but you're not going to expect to play every single game. Now, Leroy Sané, for me, whether he's at Arsenal or at Bayern, he's in that situation. At Bayern, I think Serge Gnabry would start ahead of him. Musiala would start ahead of him. Olise would start ahead of him. And Kingsley Coman should start ahead of him. At Arsenal, Saka starts ahead of him. Martinelli and Trossard start ahead of him probably. And then Gabriel Jesus. So he would be coming in as a player that just provides that, quality in the squad and also numbers as well. In terms of him playing on the left wing, where Saka plays, I'm 100% all over this one. So he's worked with Mikel Arteta, and Mikel Arteta would know his capabilities, he would know his abilities, he would know what he can do and what he can't do. And that's why I'm saying this deal makes more sense than any other deal that we've tried to do of a slightly older player. Arsenal don't like slightly older players. But this one makes a lot of sense. A player Mikel has worked with, we know that Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, all these are players that Mikel has worked with, and they've come into Arsenal, and they have really kind of synced in very, very well. So Sané, because of that relationship, I wouldn't have a problem. I don't think that he would come into Arsenal and have a problem working with Mikel or working with the team that Mikel Arteta is working with. But we've got to be honest, and I want to be very honest when I'm going to sip, just one sip of water, and I'm going to be real. He's finished. Leroy Sané is absolutely finished. He's finished. I know there's so many people who think, give him a chance. We could see this and that from him. Leroy Sané is finished. As a winger, Leroy Sané relied on his pace very much. As he gets to 28, as he gets to 29, you don't expect him to have the same lethal, blistering pace, a devilish, devastating pace that he had at Schalke 04, at Manchester City, and even at Bayern right now. Why we are talking about so many players being ahead of him, it's not because he's not technically a gifted player or technically a good player, but I want you to think about Moussa Dembele. I want you to think about Lamine Yamal. I want you to think about Nico Williams. I want you to think about Federico Chiesa. And then you think about Leroy Sané. You can see easily and clearly that this guy should be signed for a Premier League team called Chelsea. Because Chelsea are very good at signing players that are worn out, finished, used, and completely, do not have a purpose anymore. I wouldn't say Arsenal should sign Leroy Sané. Now, I might be wrong and I might be harsh on Sané. I don't really want to go against him that much. I don't really want to hit him that much because I'm a big fan of him. But I just feel like Arsenal should do better. Why not Chiesa? Why not Rafinha maybe? Even if you're trying to do a good deal, even if you're just trying to do to grab a market opportunity, because I know what Arsenal are looking at here is Bayern have signed a few young wingers and they have a new manager. A manager that has already made it clear that he has a list of players that he's willing to work with, and those players have been provided. So if you're Leroy Sané, the same that is happening with Fabian Ruiz. If you're Leroy Sané and Fabian Ruiz, these players, you're under a manager that really doesn't appreciate you that much. All you can do is move on. And with Fabian Ruiz and, again, Leroy Sané, both of them have been given a chance and opportunity to work under a manager that understands them, wants them, and is willing to die for them. But let's say this, guys. Let's say this. I don't think Mikel Arteta can save everyone. and he should not try to save everyone. Arsenal should not be a revival center. Like we have enough of those around the world. If we want to do, revival, like Benny Hinn is one hell of a pastor. I have a couple of good pastors in this country. I can refer you. Don't try to save everyone. We are not here to save everyone. Would he be a good signing? It makes sense, right? It makes sense. And so I'm not going to scream, why are we trying to get Leroy Sané? Why Leroy Sané? It makes a lot of sense. 28, contract not very long. Market value has dropped. He's older, right? So you could get him for a loan fee even. I think if Bayern are willing to sell, the deal makes sense. But if Arsenal can stay away, Leroy Sané is that girl that you grew up admiring. She was beautiful. She was absolutely stunning. And you think she is still that stunning. No. She's not that beautiful. She's lost that beauty. She's lost the looks. Now, you just think she is beautiful. So, Sané, I think we just think he's still that good. We just think that he still got it. I don't think he still got it. But let me know. Sané, does he still have it? Does he improve us? I would take him over nothing. Don't get me wrong. I would take him over nothing.